So yesterday we have covered about what is a server, okay, and what is data center. So these are all basic concepts. I think many of you know about these things, but we started from basics. What is server? What is data center? What is virtualization? Okay, and what is cloud computing? Before that, we have discussed about what is cloud. Next, cloud computing and types of cloud. Okay, these are all the things we have covered, like why Azure, okay, and different cloud providers. Okay, these are all things we have covered. Okay, I just give you a brief overview about all these things. Okay, what is server? You all know, right? What is server? Can anyone tell me what is server from the demo we have done on Saturday? Actually, server is like a powerful centralized computer. Okay, designed to handle large workloads. The clients connect over a network. So actually, server means is actually yesterday I think I have explained with an example, right? What is server and what is desktop computer? Okay, we can't deploy our application on desktop. Okay, desktop computer, since that computer have to serve the request 24/7. Okay, see, this is my laptop, right? So if I open Flipkart, see, this is the application. Okay. So this application deployed on a server. Okay. That's the reason. So we are the clients accessing this application, right? So, and this application have to be deployed on server. Suppose if this application deployed in a personal laptop or desktop computer, okay. So desktop computers are not designed to run 24/7, right? We can't run our laptops or desktop computers 24/7. Okay, they have their own limitations with the processor's capacity. Okay, everything they have their own limitations. But whereas with server, they are like powerful centralized computers. Okay, they have to run 24/7. Okay, so that's the reason this Flipkart application, okay, deployed on the server. That's the reason at any point of time you can access Flipkart. Okay, because the application which was deployed on the server is running 24/7. Okay, so that's the reason each and every application needs to be deployed in a server, and server is nothing but, as I mentioned here, right? It's a powerful centralized computer, okay, designed to handle large workloads, okay, that clients can connect. Clients in the sense we are the clients, we are connecting this application, I mean Flipkart application, over the internet, okay. So that's the definition of the server. So now you got it right. So if anyone asks you what is server, you have to give the definition like it's like a powerful centralized computer, okay, designed to handle large workloads, okay, that clients connect through a work network. And we have discussed about data center. So what is a data center? So data center is nothing but an area, okay, area where we have buildings, okay. In buildings we have n number of servers, okay. So it's like nothing but group of servers. We can simply mention like group of servers.
Sunil, we are
So
seeing Azure service screen, Sunil. We are not seeing a notepad.
okay. Sorry. Okay, now you are able to see the screen.
Yes, Sunil.
Yes. Okay, next we have to discuss about data center. Okay, anyway, we discussed all these concepts on Saturday. I'm just giving a brief definition of each and everything. Okay, so that you can cope up with the others. Okay, so what is data center? We can simply say as group of servers, or if we go with the definition, we can see like we can mention like it's a physical room. Okay, physical room, or we can say building or facility composed of servers in the sense, as I mentioned, right, this is the server. Okay, lot of in data center it have lot of servers. Okay, servers respect to network, storage. Okay, these are all the things which will be in a data center. Okay, yesterday I showed you pics, right? See, this is the data center. Okay, if you see here images, so this is the data center. These are all the data center images. So these are all the racks. Okay, each data center consists of so many racks. In racks, there are so many servers. Okay, these are all the servers. I will clearly show you. See, this is one rack. Okay, one, two, three. So these are all like servers. Okay, so this is entire building is called as a data center. Okay, so now you got it right. What is a data center? It's a building, okay, where we have number of servers and their respective network storage. Everything will be present hosted in a data center. Okay, got it right. What is a data center? Because
Yes, Sunil.
yeah, these are the basics. Okay, you have to understand these terminologies. And next thing is we have a concept called virtualization. Yesterday I have explained you right why the virtualization concept evolved. Because see, later I think 20 years back, if they want to deploy any application, they directly deploy that application on a physical server. Okay, directly deploy application on a physical server. Okay, physical server or server. So why I'm saying physical server is you will get to know. Okay, they're in late 1990s. Okay, they're if they want to deploy any application, they directly deploy that application on a physical server. Suppose think a server capacity is like 16 GB RAM. Okay, and 500 GB hard disk, something like that. Okay, and think 8 core CPU. So since it's a physical server, right? Whatever, whether the application is fully consuming 16 GB 8 core CPU, it doesn't matter, okay? Because at that time we don't have any concept called virtualization. So that's the reason they are directly deploying that application on a physical server, okay? But they are not. But the application is not consuming all the resources, whatever the resources the server is having, right? So it is consuming only 4 GB RAM, okay, only 4 core CPU, only 100 GB hard disk. So here lot of resources we are wasting. Like out of four, we are wasting nearly 12 GB RAM. Similarly, 4 core CPU. That too server is not like our desktop laptop. It won't come for 80,000. Okay, 80,000 1 lakh. We have to keep nearly 10 lakhs to buy a server. Okay. So that's the reason they have come up with a concept called virtualization. Its virtualization is nothing but, okay, we use a single physical machine hardware to run multiple virtual machines. Okay. With the help of virtualization, okay, they are dividing, okay, they are dividing single physical machine, okay, into to run multiple virtual machines. Okay, yesterday I have showed you the diagram. I didn't save the diagram, I think so. But you got the concept, right? Virtualization. It's like we have a we are going to use a software, okay, whether VMware, Hyper-V, whatever it may be. With the help of this software, okay, we are going to make the server to add like multiple virtual machines. Okay, that's the concept of virtualization. So what's the advantage of this virtualization is, okay, instead of running one application on the physical server, now we are dividing this physical server into two to three, okay, virtual servers, okay, so that we can deploy nearly two to three applications instead of one application. Now we are deploying two to three applications on the same physical server, okay, because of the virtualization concept. So there are many advantages, like with the help of virtualization concept, we are better using hardware resources. As I mentioned, right? Because if it's a only physical server, so that we can only deploy one application and all we are not fully utilizing all the resources. Now, with the help of virtualization concept, we divided this physical server into multiple virtual machines, like virtual servers. So now instead of one physical server, I have nearly 3 to 4 virtual servers, virtual machines or servers. So now I can deploy instead of one application, I can deploy four applications. Okay, I can deploy 4 GB. So each application can use 4 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM. Okay, like that. Now instead of deploying one application on the physical server, I divided this physical server into 4 virtual servers. Now I am deploying 4 applications. Okay, instead of one application. So that's the reason the primary advantage is better using hardware resources. At the same time, power saving, because if we don't have this concept, right, at that case I have to buy 4 physical servers to deploy 4 applications. That means 4 physical servers have to run continuously, like 24/7. So with the help of virtualization concept, we are saving power, right? So power consumption or power saving. Okay, one more advantage is we can easily recover virtual machines or virtual servers. Okay, because all these VMs, okay, I mean virtual machines are saved as files. So that is one more concept related to virtualization. Okay, so we can easily recover. Recovery is easy. At the same time, it's a flexibility. Okay, we can easily move one application from one virtual machine to another virtual machine. Okay, we have that flexibility. Okay, and suppose if I want to research anything, I can simply create one virtual machine. I can simply install whatever the OS I want. Whether if I want to test a Linux based application, okay, I can create one virtual machine. On that virtual machine, I can install respect to Linux operating system. On that operating system, I can test that application. Okay, so virtualization helps us for researching or for testing purposes. So these are all the advantages related to virtualization. Any queries related to virtualization?
No, Sunil.
Okay. Actually, yesterday as mentioned, right? In virtualization, there are two types. Okay, like type one in the sense on bare metal. Bare metal in the sense we have computer having hardware, right? And that hardware itself, I mean bare metal. I mean without any OS. Okay, they are directly going to install respect to virtualization software. That is type one virtualization. Okay, we are going to install that virtualization software on bare metal. The examples for this are VMware vSphere. So, and we have one more like Microsoft Hyper-V. Okay, these are all the examples for bare metal type one. Okay, we have one more virtualization type. It's like type two. Type two in the sense, I think many of you know Oracle VirtualBox, right? Is anyone know about Oracle VirtualBox? It's a software, okay? So I can install this Oracle VirtualBox on my laptop, okay? And so using this software, I can create 2 to 3 virtual servers. Okay, suppose think see, I have only one drive, okay, C drive, which is having 476 GB. Okay, I can install this Oracle Virtual Machine software on this laptop. Okay, using this GB. Okay, I can create 2 to 3 missions. Okay, I will allocate 100 GB to one mission and another 100 GB to one mission. Similarly, I am going to allocate whatever the RAM. Okay, whatever the CPU. Have whatever the CPU I have in my laptop, right? I can share those things to the virtual server. So this is like installing the virtualization software on top of the OS. Okay, now my laptop has Windows OS. Okay, on top of the Windows OS, I'm going to install the software. Okay, virtual Oracle Virtual Box. With the help of the software, I'm going to create 2 to 3 missions. So there are two types. Okay, on bare metal, we can install the virtualization software on top of the OS, like installed on top of the OS. Okay, these are the two types. Okay, so now we got to know what is server, what is data center, what is application, what is virtualization. Okay, and now what is cloud? Actually, these concepts we have already discussed on Saturday with examples and diagrams. I think I forgot to save all those diagrams. Okay, but you guys are getting at least some idea, right? Let me know if you have any queries, even if it's a small query, no issue. Because you have to be clear understanding about the basics. So that's the reason I am keep on repeating these things. Any queries? Okay. If you don't have any queries, I will move to next thing. Okay. What is cloud? So cloud is nothing but like a data center. Okay. It's like multiple data centers. Again, as mentioned, like what is a data center? It's like a physical room, building, or facility composed of servers. Similarly, cloud is also like a data center. Okay, we can mention like all clouds are data centers or multiple data centers. Okay, all clouds are like data centers or multiple data centers made up of compute storage network. Okay, actually, why they come up with cloud computing concept? Because see, I think it's better to explain. Why they come up with cloud computing concept is like, think, suppose, see, I am planning to develop a new application like, okay, e-cart. Okay, I'm planning to develop a new application like e-cart. But see, if I want to develop this application, or if you want to run this application, or if you want to run the company called e-cart, I need one application, right? So I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea to sell online mobiles, to sell mobiles, I mean to sell electronic products online. Okay, I have an idea to sell electronic products on online. But to implement this idea, I need website, right? Like as I showed Flipkart. Okay, to implement this idea, like Flipkart, I need this okay, I need this kind of application like e-cart. Okay, so for that, I need to develop that application. At the same time, I have to deploy that application on a server. Okay, so to deploy that application on that server, I need I need one data center, because see, servers ultimately are going to kept in a building. They are called nothing but data centers. So I need to procure a building. I need to take a building for lease. Okay. First thing, if I have more money, I can buy a land. I can build a building. Okay. I can buy servers. Or else, if I have very less amount with me, then I can simply lease a building. Okay, in that building, I have to first lease or buy a building. Second thing, I have to buy servers, because ultimately I am going to deploy this application on server, right? So that's the reason I need to buy servers. At the same time, I have to hire Windows. If it's a Windows based application, I have to hire Windows admins. If it's a Linux based application, I have to hire Linux admins, because they are going to install respective softwares on the servers to support my application. Okay, whatever all the softwares required to support that application, right? From virtualization onwards, okay, they will handle all those things. At the same time, at the back end, okay, every application, it's have a back end like database. Okay, so as I showed you, right, Flipkart, each and everything is coming from a back end. Whatever the tabs, men related, women related, everything, these are all the things, all the information have to be come from a database. So I need to hire DB administrators. So I see, I am connecting this particular website, right? How I am connecting this website, because with the help of network. Okay, the entire network thing will be taken care by network engineers. Okay, they will set up this entire network subnets, firewalls, everything will be taken care by network admins. Okay, at the same time, I need to hire backup admins, storage admin. So these are all the things I have to hire. Okay. So, so at least, okay, to start simple website like eCut, I am not sure whether the website I am going to start is going to be successful in future or not. I am not sure, but I need, I need to invest at least 50 lakhs. Okay, 50 lakhs I have to invest to start a simple website. But people, so that's the reason people came up with a concept like cloud computing. It's nothing but, what's cloud computing concept is nothing but, okay, some cloud providers like AWS, some cloud providers like AWS, Azure, I mean Microsoft people, Azure, GCP. You know, right? AWS belongs to Amazon, Azure belongs to Microsoft, and GCP belongs to Google Cloud. Okay. First of all, in 2006, AWS, in the sense, Amazon came up with a concept called, okay, we are going to maintain the IT infrastructure, like we are going to maintain the servers. Okay, we are going to maintain the network. We are going to maintain the storage, backups, whatever it may be. Like, okay, I'm I I'm showing. I showed you here, right? Data center. Okay, we are going to maintain this entire IT infrastructure. Okay, you no need to bother who is going to take care about all the servers, whether these servers are up and running all the time, whether network is working properly, whether storage, we have enough storage for these servers. You guys don't need to worry about all these things. Okay, we are going to take care about all the things. Okay, you just use the physical, I mean virtual machines hosted on these servers. Okay, this they come up with a concept like, okay, no need to bother about IT infra. Okay. So rather than bothering about IT infrastructure, they come up with a concept like you just concentrate on building application. Okay, our primary goal, okay, whatever it may be, okay, our primary goal is to make this website up and running, right? So that's the primary goal. Because of this website, they are going to get some revenue, right? So our primary goal is to make this website up and running. So they came up with a concept called no need to bother about IT infrastructure, whatever happening in the background like server, storage, networking. We are going to take care about each and everything. Okay. You just consume whatever the servers, you just consume the resources. Okay. And pay for those resources. That's it. In simple terms, we can define cloud computing as like delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, DBs, network, and software over the internet. So they came up with a concept called pay as you go model. Okay. So now with the help of cloud computing, can anyone explain what is the advantage? Okay, I will give you a simple example. Okay, as I mentioned, right? If I want to start a new application, okay, in olden days, so I need at least 50 lakhs cash, okay, with me, so that I can lease or buy a building. I have to buy servers. I can hire these people, okay, so that then only I can start working on deploying that application or building that application. So with the help of cloud computing concept, okay, I don't need to lease or buy any building. Okay. I don't need to buy any servers. Okay. I can simply go into this portal, whatever it may be, whether it's Azure or okay. I can simply go to this portal. Okay. I can simply create one virtual machine and I am going to deploy my application on this virtual machine. So that's it. So instead of spending this much amount, like 50 lakhs, right? So I can simply create one virtual machine on this application, okay, on Azure or Azure Cloud or AWS Cloud or GCP Cloud. I can simply create one virtual machine. I can simply deploy my application on that virtual machine. Okay, I will only pay for that virtual machine and dependent storage and everything. Okay, so instead of buying instead of leasing building, instead of all these things, right, instead of spending 50 lakhs upfront, okay, without knowing whether my website is going to successful or not, I have to spend 50 lakhs. With traditional computing, it's called as traditional computing, but with cloud computing you can find the advantage, right? Without investing 50 lakhs at a stretch, okay, I can pay only 5,000 rupees for this server, okay, for 1 month. So based upon the compute, how much I'm using, I just have to pay that much. So it's like a pay as you go model. Pay as you go model. So that's the reason, okay, nowadays, all the small companies, okay, all the startup small companies, each and everything are hosting their applications on cloud. Okay, that's the reason nowadays there is huge demand for cloud engineers because so anything, suppose someone came up with an idea, okay, like country delight, okay, someone came up with an idea like country delight to sell milk to each and everyone, every household to, okay, so they have an idea, so no need to do all these things like what they have followed in traditional computing. They can simply approach any cloud like GCP, Azure, or AWS. Okay, they can simply create account and they can simply use their resources. Okay, so that's the reason nowadays we have huge demand for cloud engineers. At the same time, okay, there are many advantages with cloud computing. Okay, you guys have to understand advantages. Okay, what are all the advantages? First thing is low cost, because as I mentioned, right, no need to invest this much amount. Okay, it's like low cost pay as you go model. First thing is low cost, as mentioned, right, pay as you go. How much you are using, you have to pay for that only. And second thing is highly scalable. Okay, this is one of the main advantage. Okay. Okay, what do you mean by scalable? Okay, I'm sorry for this. What do you mean by scalable? Okay, suppose think about Flipkart. Okay, so Flipkart load. Okay, at the time of, suppose think Flipkart hosted on 10 servers. Okay, think Flipkart hosted on 10 servers. So at the time of Big Billion Days, right? So huge traffic is going to hit all these 10 servers. That means, so these 10 servers are not capable to serve all the traffic, okay, which is coming to Flipkart. So as you all had this news or not, at the first time Flipkart announced that big billion days, right? At the time, the servers got crashed because of the huge load. Okay, so if we hosted these applications, or if we are using this cloud computing concept, they are going to provide highly scalable in the sense, okay, we can automatically increase the servers. Like I can create alerts, okay, based upon the alerts. If load increases, or else if CPU percent more than 70%, I will create an alert to spin up one more server. Okay. So based upon the load, we can increase from 10 to 30 servers. It's completely depend upon the load. Once big billion days got completed, again the servers come into 10. 10 servers, because normal days 10 servers are enough, but in during big billion days many people are going to buy products from Flipkart. So that's for that reason they need huge compute, in the sense they need huge number of servers. Okay, so we have that advantage in cloud. Okay, if we go with traditional computing, okay, if I want to set up one server, it's not like a simple task. Okay, again I have to buy new server, and again I have to with the help of network, it means I have to connect that server to existing infrastructure. Okay, it's not like a simple task, but with the help of cloud computing, right, we can easily scale the servers. We can easily scale our infrastructure based on our based on the usage, based on the load. Okay, so this is one of the advantage: low cost, highly scalable, at the same time huge resource pool. Okay, whether it's an Azure, AWS, GCP, they are having huge resource pool. Huge resource pool in the sense, okay, they have built these kind of data centers. Okay, whatever the data centers I have showed you here, right? So these are all the data centers, like these buildings. Okay, they have built these buildings all over the world. Okay, so if I want to create 1,000 servers now, I can simply create with the help of this portal. Okay, so there are n number of resources. Okay, so that's the reason they have a huge resource pool. So no need to worry. Okay, I need 2,000 servers. Okay. So is Azure, AWS, Google will provide 2,000 servers for me. So no need to bother about those things. Okay. Because they have used resource pool. Okay. They have established their data centers all over the world. Okay. And one more thing is like global infrastructure. Suppose think, I have an idea, as mentioned, like I have an idea to sell the products in Dubai also. So in traditional computing, what we have to do, we have to take a building, we have to lease a building in Dubai, we have to buy servers, and okay, we have to set up each and everything in Dubai. So hello, yeah, can everyone go on mute? Okay, each and everything we have we have to, as mentioned, like we have to take building in Dubai, we have to take permissions, we have to do lot of work. Okay, but coming to Azure, coming to cloud, I can simply deploy one virtual machine on US. Okay, in US. See, I can create this virtual machine. So I want to sell products for US people. So, okay, I can simply create one virtual server in US location. So why we have to create the server in US location to serve US people? Can anyone tell me? Okay, why in the sense data latency concept? Okay. Because see, if I establish, if I deploy my application on a server which is in India, okay, suppose one US guy is planning to planning to search my application from US, so there may be delay in the response because from US to India it have to reach, right? So to avoid these data latencies, they are going to deploy servers in respective locations. Okay, so that's the reason they have global infrastructure presence. Okay, I can deploy my server at any location. Okay, so that is another advantage. At the same time, we can have high performance because whatever all the hardware and software these guys are using, right, either it's Amazon, Microsoft, or Google, they are using latest hardware and software. That's the reason we are going to achieve high performance. Okay, and highly secure. Why security is main reason? So as I showed you, right, see, this is the data center, this is the rack, these are all the servers. Okay, so are you guys able to see the screen, right?
Yes, Sumit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
So
Sumit.
yeah, these are all the servers. As I mentioned on Saturday, right? Maybe TCS application hosted on this server, at the same time Infosys application hosted on this server, because this server may in turn divided in with the help of virtualization. Okay, this physical server in turn divided into multiple virtual servers. Okay, so each one can get one virtual server. Maybe TCS can get one virtual server from same physical server. At the same time, Infosys can get virtual server from same physical server. So, suppose think there are two applications like TCS application hosted on same physical server and Infosys application hosted on same physical server. Okay, I mean both Infosys and TCS are sharing same physical server, same physical server infrastructure, but still those two applications are isolated. Okay, so that's the security cloud providers, I mean AWS, Azure, or GCP are providing. Okay, they have multiple security options. Okay, if you see in the portal, they have multiple security options. Okay, there are a lot of services. Okay, they are providing. So that's the reason nowadays people are trusting cloud, because if we don't have trust, right, if we don't have that much security, Infosys people can easily hack the data related to TCS, because both are sharing same infrastructure, right? So but that not the case, because they have high security, because if you store any data, it will automatically encrypt on the back end. Okay, so that's the reason nowadays people are having no issues related to security. They are simply going to cloud, whether it's a startup company or it's a legacy company like TCS, Infosys. Okay, each and everyone are migrating to cloud because of the advantages I have mentioned here, right? So these are all the advantages. Like, we are going to pay as based upon our usage. Okay, and we are getting highly scalable, high resource, huge resource pool, global infrastructure. We can create our resources at any location. Okay, I can create my resource in US, Europe, UK, whatever it may be. Okay, we are going to get high performance because of the software, hardware they are maintaining. At the same time, high security. High security. Okay. So these are all the advantages with the help of cloud computing. And we have discussed, right, what are the types of cloud? We have three types mainly: private, public, hybrid. Private, what do you mean by private cloud? In the sense, as I mentioned, right, private cloud in the sense resources which are authorized or exclusively used by a single business or organization. Okay, means they are having their own data centers. So what is private cloud in the sense? See, this is the physical server, right? So in public cloud, we don't have access to this physical server. Okay, even we don't know where our servers are hosting. Okay, maybe in India, okay, we have three data centers at Mumbai, at Pune, and at Chennai. Okay, so if we select location, if we select the region Mumbai, we are not sure. Okay, there are different data centers. Okay, we are not sure where exactly our server is hosting. Okay, so but with private cloud, we have full authority on these physical servers. Okay, because see, in private cloud, what happen in general happens is people will set up their own data centers. Okay, will set up their own data centers, or they're going to they are set up their own data centers, like as mentioned, right? They are going to maintain their entire infrastructure, like they're buying building, they are going to buy or lease building. Okay, they are going to set up data center, means they have full authority on the data center. Okay, they can do, they have full control on all the physical servers in the data center. They have full control related to all the storage, all the network. Okay, okay, their relative respect to admins can go and directly work on these servers. They have that full authority. Okay, so that is meant by private cloud. In simple terms, we can mention as resources used exclusively by a single organization, by a single org or business. Okay, why they are going to private cloud in the sense, as mentioned, right, on Saturday, mainly for security purpose. Okay, see, suppose think they have an application, they got a project from Axis Bank. Okay, and Axis Bank people mentioned that, okay, I don't want you to host my application on any public cloud, because if they host their application on public cloud, right, even though they are providing security, they don't have trust, because maybe some hackers can hack the application from one server to another server. Okay, so that's the reason, mainly whatever the secured applications, right, they, if they want at most security for their applications, for that purpose they are going, they will go to private clouds, because private clouds in the sense, their own data centers are maintained by them, and they have full authority on those data centers. Okay, that is called private cloud. Coming to public cloud, public cloud in the sense, all the cloud providers, as I mentioned, right, AWS, Azure, GCP, these are all called public clouds. Okay, we are consuming their services. Okay, these are owned cloud, whatever it may be. Okay, as I is saying cloud, right, repeatedly, cloud is nothing but a data center. Okay, so these are owned and operated by third party. Third party in the sense, here AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay, third party cloud service providers which deliver their computing resources, like storage, network, servers. Okay, all these things. And coming to hybrid model in the sense, combination of private and public. Okay, same example. See, suppose they are having, suppose TCS is having hybrid clouds, because they have, suppose think they got the project from Axis Bank. Okay, all the data ultimately stored in database, right? They are going to store, they are going to host database servers in private cloud, because no one is going, no one is going to access these private clouds, because they are fully secure, no one have the control. And at the same time, application servers. Okay, the front end, okay, application servers hosted in public cloud. Okay, and there will be network connectivity from private cloud and public cloud with the help of network concepts. Okay, we have network concepts in Azure like point to site, site to site. Okay, so with the help of these concepts, they are going to establish connectivity from private cloud and public cloud. Okay, that's the definition of hybrid cloud. Okay, it's a combination of private and public cloud. Okay, you got this example, right? Database in general, database servers are secured servers hosted in public cloud, private cloud. At the same time, non-secure applications are applications which are open to public. Okay, they are going to host in public cloud. Okay, so this is the scenario. This is the example for hybrid cloud. Okay. So these are the types of clouds: private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. And why Azure? Why Azure in the sense, as I mentioned, right? AWS was the one which came up with the concept called cloud computing in 2006. Okay. At that time, so many people moved from on premises in the sense private clouds. Okay, and maintaining their own data centers to maintaining their own data centers to AWS cloud from 2006 onwards. Okay, but Microsoft started Azure. Okay, initially they came up with this idea on 2018 with the name Project Red Dog. Okay, later on they officially announced in 2010 as Windows Azure. Okay, from 2004 in 2014 it renamed as Microsoft Azure. Okay, Microsoft Azure. So why people are moving from AWS to Azure? Any idea? I have already raised this point on Saturday also. See, in the market there is one rumor, as I mentioned, right? In market there is a one rumor like AWS is going to see, as I mentioned as I mentioned this point, like, see, there is a rumor like as I mentioned, right? Netflix, all the Netflix servers hosted on AWS. Okay, so what is the rumor is like AWS guys? Okay, I studied Netflix. Why these guys are becoming popular nowadays? Okay, so why they're getting huge number of hits, huge number of profit. So they studied entire concept behind Netflix because anyway all the servers hosted on AWS, right? So Amazon guys studied entire entire thing related to Netflix, and they came up with a concept called Amazon Prime. So this is the rumor. Okay, but so that's the reason so many people are not planning to host their infrastructures on AWS because AWS, similarly AWS has many, because even though people are hosting their applications on AWS, similarly AWS have their own products. Okay, like as I mentioned, right, in our old organization, we are not hosting our retail applications on Azure cloud. In the reason behind is Amazon. At the end of the day, Amazon is also in retail industry. So that's the reason we are not going to host our retail applications on AWS. That is the one point. Second point is Microsoft. As you all know, right, Microsoft is a trusted party, and Microsoft has many softwares, inbuilt softwares like SharePoint, Office, Active Directory. You all know, right? It is a very crucial product developed by Microsoft. Okay, and Microsoft guys Microsoft has the own have their ability. Microsoft is the only one who have the ability to integrate these products into cloud because Active Directory is their product. Okay, so AWS can't integrate this Active Directory to cloud. Google can't integrate this Active Directory to cloud. Okay, only Azure in the sense only Microsoft has the capability to integrate Active Directory into the cloud. Okay, so that's the reason it has unique features and functionalities. At the same time, if you go with the Microsoft products like SQL databases, okay, or Windows operating systems. Okay, if you migrate our on-premises, in the sense, if we migrate our servers which are hosted in private cloud to public cloud, in turn Microsoft is going to give discounts. Okay, they offer multiple discounts. If we have, suppose I have a license, SQL license, okay, and so I'm using SQL server on my private cloud. Okay, we can also call like private cloud as on premises. You can generally listen this term on premises and cloud. Okay, so suppose if I'm using SQL databases on my on-premises, okay. So I want, if I migrate my SQL database from on-premises to cloud, Azure cloud, they are going to give some discounts. Okay, that's the reason most of the people, okay. So if I have any server, okay, with Windows license, if I migrate my Windows license server to cloud, again they are going to give some discount. Okay, so that's the reason people are migrating from AWS to Azure. Okay. And we have Azure Migrate. We have Azure Migrate, one of the best tool. Okay. So trust me, friends. Okay. Compared to AWS, GCP, Microsoft is having good documentation and their tools are more powerful. Okay, if we want to migrate one application from on premises to AWS, it's like a complicated process, whereas with Azure, okay, they have built tools, powerful tools, like we can immediately migrate, okay, with simple steps. Okay, we can easily migrate our application from on premises to Azure. Okay, Azure cloud. So they have powerful tools and they have powerful enriched, okay, interface. Okay, if you observe that, I'm not sure whether you guys observed the interface for AWS, Google Cloud, Azure. Okay, I have used all the three clouds. Okay, I have used AWS, I have used Azure, I have used Google Cloud. Okay, compared to all three, okay, Azure is having rich UI interface. Okay, we can easily understand those options. Okay, we can easily, okay, SQL virtual machines. Okay, that means we can. The term itself is saying right. It's a virtual machine where we are going to host our applications. If you know the virtual machines, we can easily go to this tab and we can easily create. Here they can mention create. You want to Azure virtual machine. Okay, you can simply create. You can easily select all these options. Okay, the portal itself, okay, they have rich UI. Okay, so suppose if you go to AWS, right, they similar concept we have, but they mention like so people who won't know what is EC2, they will think like that. But here they come up with a simple name like virtual machine, storage, SQL databases, storage accounts. I mentioned right, Azure database migration. Okay, it's the tool which will help us from migrate our databases from on-premises to cloud. So like this, they have multiple powerful tools. At the same time, they have rich UI interface. Okay, so that's the reason nowadays so many people and so many companies moving their applications from AWS to Azure, because as I mentioned, right, AWS, if I want to deploy my application, okay, and if I want to use SQL database or any Microsoft related product, AWS have to pay to Microsoft. Okay, so AWS will pay to Microsoft. If I want to use SQL database, AWS will pay 1,000 rupees to Microsoft. At the same time, they are going to charge 1,500 rupees from us. So whereas with Azure, intent charging 1,000 rupees, they are going to provide some discounts and they are going to provide for 700 rupees only. Okay, so that's the reason most of the applications with backend Microsoft, mainly applications developed on .NET, mainly applications with backend databases like SQL databases. If you see here, all these projects were on Azure cloud only because they have that they have those benefits, because as I mentioned, right, they are going to waive off those license charges, they are going to provide discounts, and at the same time, as I mentioned, right, these are all the benefits we have if we with the help of Azure cloud. So any questions until now? Actually, I thought to cover overview of Azure today, but since many people missed the demo, right, that's the reason again I have covered all these topics. For tomorrow we are going to cover Azure overview of Azure. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Tomorrow,
Sunil. No
yeah,
problem.
tomorrow we are going to cover overview of Azure, global infrastructure, because we have to understand the global infrastructure about Azure. Okay, global infrastructure of Azure. What is Azure Resource Manager? Okay, in global infrastructure, we are going to cover what is geography, region, okay, availability zone. Okay, and these are all the concepts we are going to cover. Okay, so I don't repeat all these concepts tomorrow. Okay, because since many people miss the demo, right, so that's the reason again I have repeated all these concepts. From tomorrow onwards, we can directly jump into overview of Azure, global infrastructure of Azure, Azure concepts. These are whatever the concepts I discussed, right, as of now. These related to all clouds. Okay, whether it's in AWS, Google, or I mean GCP, AWS, or Azure, until cloud computing. Okay, until these types of clouds, everything is same. Okay, whatever the course you are going to join, okay, they are going to cover all these topics until now. Okay, but tomorrow onwards we are completely focusing on Azure. Okay, I have given you, right, why people are moving to Azure, why we have more, what's the reason behind people moving from AWS to Azure, and new projects are moving to Azure. And nowadays they have tie up, few companies have tie up with Microsoft Azure. Okay, I mean Microsoft is, I am not sure if your company tie up with Microsoft Azure. Okay, they are going to provide free certification. Okay, just check with your organization whether they have tied up with Microsoft. Okay, if they tied up with Microsoft, right, you can write any Microsoft certification. Okay, you can write aged 104 for free. You have to provide your company mail ID so that the fee will automatically reimbursed. Okay, similarly, aged aged 500, it's for security engineer. Okay, check with your company. Okay, if not, I think within 3 weeks, okay, you guys are going to get some understanding about Azure. Okay, I will show you actually Microsoft Azure 900, it's an Azure fundamentals. Okay, each and everyone have to write this exam like Azure 900, it's like Azure fundamentals. Okay, I will guide you how to write this exam and how to pass this exam. No need to worry about this exam, but actually this exam will cost nearly 3,000 rupees. Just now I checked. No, I think 3,700 rupees, but I will guide you how to get a free coupon. Okay, actually there is one way to get free coupon. No need to pay 3,700. Okay, you can freely write. You can write that exam without paying any fee. Okay, I think I am recommending each and every one. Okay, by end of by end of 4 weeks. Okay, it's better if you complete this exam. Okay, anyway, I am going to guide you. Okay, in further classes. Okay, you can easily pass this exam. Okay, I will guide you how to pass this exam and how to achieve the coupon. Okay, without paying fee to write this exam. and after end of 6 to 7 weeks, okay, you are able to pass the exam aged 104. Okay, I will guide you after that how to pass this aged 104 exam. Basically, these exams are not mandatory. If you have enough skills, right, you can crack any interview. But the thing here is, if if we mention these things in our resume, like I have certified my Azure administrator, they can easily pick your resume. Okay, because nowadays most of the companies are looking for certified people, so that's the reason I'm asking you to go through these exams. If you have these things mentioned in your resume, right, they can easily pick your exam and they are going to schedule an interview. Schedule after that, we will plan how to crack that interview. That's a later on. First of all, we have to give interviewer that confidence, right? We can, we worked on these things, so that's the reason I'm asking you to work on these examinations. Okay, mostly all of you, I am assuring you can pass this exam. Okay, after 4 weeks itself you can attempt this exam AJ 900. It's a basic fundamental concepts. Okay, okay, any questions? Mostly from tomorrow onwards, I will try to uh, close within 1 hour. Okay, I'm unable to control the time. I am able to check the time. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions.
From my side, no questions. It's clear.
If you don't have any questions, okay, someone posted me like share my contact number. I will share you after 2 to 3 days. Okay. I will also create a WhatsApp group. Okay. You guys can contact me directly or in the WhatsApp group. We can have conversation, and after, I think after 1 week I'm going to show you how to create Azure free account. The reason why I'm saying is, if you create now, actually it's going to stay for only 30 days. So so that's the reason it would be better if we create. So this is the portal. Okay, I have created 2 days back. So they are going to provide 15,800 rupees. Okay, but we have to use this money within 1 month. Okay, after that everything will be elapsed. So that's the reason I'm going to show you how to create this account. Okay, how to create free account after 1 or 2 weeks, so that you can practice all the concepts within the time. So that's the reason I won't show you now, but I will guide you each and everything. Okay, is it okay, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Feel free to ask your questions. No, no issues. Okay, you can ping me in the chat. You guys know Telugu, right?
Yes,
sir.
Sunil.
Everyone know Telugu, right? If you want to ask in Telugu also, it's not an issue. It's not a simple, silly question, simple question, whatever it may be, because we are all are learning, right? Maybe I am not sure with the question you have asked. Maybe I can check and I can get back to you. So it's like we have to combinedly work to achieve our goal. So that's the reason. Okay, feel free to ask whenever you are going to ask questions, right? Then only you are going to get the things.
Hello,
Yeah, hello.
good evening, sir.
Yes, Lata, tell me.
Yeah, actually, it is Azure Administration class only, sir.
Yes, Azure administration, and at the end of this course, I am going to cover small part related to Azure DevOps also.
Okay, in this, first of all, Azure Administration ముందు Azure fundamentals ఏమైనా నేర్చుకోవాలా, sir?
No, no, no. We are going to start from fundamentals, fundamentals only. As a show, as a 1 minute. Today we are discussed, right? These are all fundamentals to any cloud.
Okay. And Azure virtual machines and pipelines, networkings, serverless computing. These are all Azure fundamentals, sir.
No, the basic difference is fundamentals and Azure. Okay, fundamentals అంటే ఏం అడుగుతారంటే సింపుల్ చెప్పాలంటే ఫండమెంటల్స్ అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ప్రైవేట్ క్లౌడ్, వాట్ ఈస్ పబ్లిక్ క్లౌడ్. ఓకే, ప్లస్ వర్చువల్ మిషన్స్ ఎన్ని డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి ఇందులోన. ఓకే, ఏ టైప్ ఇప్పుడు ఎలా అడుగుతారంటే సింపుల్ గా స్టోరేజ్ అకౌంట్ లో ఎన్ని టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి, వర్చువల్ మిషన్స్ లో ఎన్ని టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఓకే
ఓకే,
క్వశ్చన్స్ బేసిక్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట, జస్ట్ బేసిక్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఓకే
ఓకే సార్. అండ్ డేటా సెంటర్స్, రిసోర్స్ గ్రూప్స్, సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్స్, serverless computing, and virtual machines.
ఓకే,
ఇవి అవసరం ఉండదా సార్? జస్ట్ బేసిక్స్ ఉంటే సరిపోతుందా?
అవన్నీ అవసరం ఉండాలి. అవన్నీ ఇప్పుడు మనము ఏజెడ్ 104 కి ప్రిపేర్ అయితే ఏజెడ్ 900 సింపుల్ గా క్లియర్ చేయొచ్చు, బికాస్ ఏజెడ్ 900 ఇస్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఏజెడ్ 104. Okay, fundamentals in the sense they are going to ask very basic questions. Okay,
sir.
Different types of SQL databases, different types of virtual machines, what are different types of storage accounts. They are going to ask basic questions about each and every component. Okay, there are nearly 60 plus services, I think so.
Okay.
They are going to ask how you manage cost. You have to say with the help of cost management there is one option. So like that they are going to ask basic questions. Okay, but coming with aged 104, okay, they are going to ask scenario based questions. They are going to give you one application, how you are going to set up network between these applications, how you going to configure security. So like that they are going to ask in Azure Administrator exam.
Okay, sir.
No need to worry about the exam. Okay, I will guide you. Trust me, definitely you are going to pass this exam, aged 900.
It is mandatory. Exam is mandatory.
No, as I mentioned, right, it's not mandatory, but to attract interviewers. Okay, so whenever they have, if they see like, okay, Microsoft certified administrator in your resume, right, they can easily pick your resume. So that's the reason it's not mandatory.
Okay, sir.
But it would be better if you have these things mentioned in your resume, at least aged 900, because as I mentioned, right, no need to pay money for this exam. I will show you how to achieve free coupon. At least if you have this exam, right, it would be better.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
After that, పవర్ స్క్రిప్ట్, సెల్ స్క్రిప్టింగ్ ఏమైనా అవసరం ఉంటుందా సార్ దీనికి?
పవర్ షెల్ ఫ్యూ కంపెనీస్ అడుగుతాయండి, అంటే డిఫరెంట్ వేస్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి. ఓకే, పవర్ షెల్ మ్యాండేటరీ ఏం కాదు. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ నేను పోర్టల్ చూపిస్తున్నాను కదా. ఓకే, వీ కెన్ క్రియేట్ రిసోర్సెస్ విత్ ది హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ పోర్టల్. ఓకే, with the help of PowerShell, with the help of Azure CLI, with the help of ARM templates, with the help of Terraform. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు at present trend ఏం నడుస్తుందంటే everyone is using Terraform. Okay, maybe you guys can get an idea about Terraform in later classes, but I am giving an overview. Okay, PowerShell old way అన్నమాట. ఓకే, ఓల్డ్ డేస్ లో PowerShell యూజ్ చేసేవారు ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి. బట్ నౌ ఎవ్రీవన్ ఈజ్ యూజింగ్ టెరాఫామ్ గురించి అడుగుతారు ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ లో, మీకు ఐడియా ఉందని. బట్ పవర్ షెల్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ మ్యాండేటరీ. ఇట్స్ గుడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ పవర్ షెల్ స్కిల్స్, బట్ ఇట్స్ నాట్ మ్యాండేటరీ. బట్ టెరాఫామ్, మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కంపెనీస్ ఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఫర్ పీపుల్ హూ నో టెరాఫామ్. Yeah, and I will guide you and I will give you tips related to Terraform, okay? Because as I mentioned right on Saturday, okay, I have cracked nearly 4 interviews, okay? Out of the in Cognizant interview, most of the questions related to Terraform.
Okay.
Even though I applied for Azure administration role, they asked me most of the questions on Terraform.
Kubernetes.
అవి జస్ట్ మీకు నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటే చాలు. వాట్ ఈస్ క్యూబర్నెటీస్, వాట్ ఈస్ డాకర్, జస్ట్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటే చాలు. క్యూబర్నెటీస్ మళ్ళీ ఇన్ డెప్త్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అనమాట. మీకు జస్ట్ ఐడియా ఉంటే చాలు, బేసిక్ ఐడియా. యాజ్ అన్ అజూర్ అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ మీరు అంత డీప్ గా వర్క్ చేయరు దాని మీద. జస్ట్ మీరు ఏ కేస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు ఇన్ కేస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ వస్తే.
ఓకే సార్.
జస్ట్ ఓకే, మీరు జస్ట్ ఈ సర్వీస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు తప్ప మీకు అంత ఇన్ డెప్త్ నాలెడ్జ్ అక్కర్లేదు. క్యూబర్నెటీస్ లో 2 టైప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఆన్ ప్రిమిసెస్ లో అంటే ఎంటైర్ సెటప్ బిల్డ్ చేసేది వేరు. ఇక్కడ అజూర్ లో ఎంటైర్ ఎంటైర్ మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రొవైడ్ ఎంటైర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. వీఆర్ జస్ట్ కన్స్యూమింగ్ ది సర్వీస్, దట్స్ ఇట్.
ఓకే సార్.
బట్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ అబౌట్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, క్యూబర్నెటీస్, డాకర్, ఎలా బేసిక్ అప్లికేషన్ ఎలా డిప్లాయ్ చేయాలని.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
Okay, that if you guys don't have any questions, I will wrap up for today.